games. Whoop, let's go. Hursty games, and this how we do. Now it's time we team
Hey there
up.
guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome back to the QPR Career Mode. Now before we start, I was an idiot. The last episode I definitely labelled as, I think it was episode 26. It wasn't, it was episode 25, so my bad. So I think this is episode 26. I could have got my numbers completely wrong again, but who knows. All I know is I numbered the last episode the wrong one, and I apologise. By the time this is uploaded, hopefully I'd have fixed it. But we'll have to wait and see on that one. But hopefully you guys are looking forward to today's episode, which is going to be looking at the transfer window. Now, what I am going to do, this cup game, I'm going to simulate it. So I know it's not ideal. I know I probably should play the games, but it's a game in the cup. I am actually going to simulate it. I'll probably use, again, maybe my youth goalkeeper. Otherwise, I'll just put in my strongest team and hope and pray that we can get through this game. But realistically, I don't want to go past the 8th of January here, because I'd like to try and get most of, if not all of my signings done in this first period here. I probably won't be playing many games, if any. Hopefully, like I said, I can just get away with the Wolves game, which I'm going to try and simulate. And I'm going to do not very much editing in this video. This video today is going to be fairly unedited. There'll probably be a few little cuts where I make mistakes or I'm looking something up because I've misspelled it or whatever. But otherwise, it's going to be fairly unedited, just raw footage, and you guys can just see my thought processes behind signing players, behind selling players, and behind keeping some of the players. So that's kind of what I want to get from today. I kind of want you guys to be there with every step of what I'm doing, because the transfer windows are quite important. There's a lot going on. We've got just under £6 million here, although actually with the wages, we've probably got just over £5 million. It's probably how that's going to be better allocated. What I'll probably do is actually set it to like 5. So it's like this, because if we're getting rid of some players, we'll get some wages in and a little bit of money anyway. But I'm going to start off by showing you guys the players that I'm going to potentially be selling. So we're going to look at the squad hub. I'm going to list the players up that we're probably going to be getting rid of. So you can see we've got a couple of goalkeepers out on loan. I'm probably going to maybe transfer list Dieng, and that's mainly because we have Griffiths coming through, who's now our second highest rated goalkeeper, and we have these two guys here as well who are young. Dieng is 26. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually loan list him, just because realistically we don't need Dieng. And it won't let me remove him from the... Okay, it won't let me do that. So, never mind. Let me just go back in and see if that works. If it doesn't, then we'll just leave him as he is. Okay, he's staying where he is because he doesn't like to listen to what I'm asking him to do. Regardless, we're going to carry on. I'm thinking about potentially selling Grant Hall. And that's because we have Masterson, who I'm going to train. We have Deng, who is starting. At the moment, Hall isn't playing that much, but is probably good to have as a rotation, because realistically, he's our next best option over Masterson because of rating. But I'm thinking about selling Hall. So I'm not going to transfer list him. If somebody comes in, I'll consider it, but I'm not going to transfer list him in today's episode or video, whatever you want to call this. Now, Zimmerman, 28 years old, has been caught out a couple of times at the back. Isn't our most ideal solution to our right back issue. Sorry, is the word I was looking for there. Now, being a 73 rated card is helpful, but I think we are going to transfer list Zimmerman. Now, it won't let me again. Okay, I'm really not doing very well here. I know I signed him at the start of the season. I thought I'd be able to transfer list him. Apparently not. Maybe I've lied to myself. So what I might have to do then is transfer list Kane and have to sell Kane. And you know what? That's what we're going to do. We're going to transfer list Todd Kane. He's going to end up heading out. I do have Cameron still on the transfer list, and that's purely because he's 35, he's retiring at the end of the season. Although I don't want him going in real life, I think it's quite important that we try and get him off the books in the career mode. I'm also going to transfer list Scowen, and that is because he's not here in the club anymore. So I am going to view the offer that we've got in on him quickly, depending on the offer. Oh, okay, it's one that's previously expired. That is absolutely fine. So I'm going to transfer list him, add him to that transfer list, and get him gone. Dominic Ball I'd like to keep because in real life he's an absolute legend and a hero, and I'm going to keep him in this as well. And I think the other players, honestly, that are already transfer listed, we've already got transfer listed. They're people that will be going. I'm considering selling Gooch, but that will depend on the money that we do or don't make on other players. Other than that, we're going to keep everyone else. The other players are out on loan. As you can see, a few people loan listed, some of our youngsters. But otherwise, those were the players that we're going to be getting rid of. It's a shame I couldn't get rid of Zimmerman. It's a shame I couldn't transfer list him, because realistically, I want to bring in a right back and then a new young right back. So have like a starting right back and then a backup, somebody that we can train. Just like we got Tavares out on that side, and then we move Manning there. So we have that sort of rotation. We have Dominic Ball, worst case scenario. We have Deng, worst case scenario. But again, those are positions that will then need filling if we were to take them out of those. Now, going into some players to look for, I'm going to scout a couple of people. And this is a shout out to Andrew Webster. I've got the players he put in front of me here. So firstly, he recommended looking at Slavia Prague, which we will do just that. But I'm also going to have a look at some of the players he has actually suggested. So I'm probably going to butcher some of these names, but I do have them in front of me because there was no way that I was going to be able to type them. I think he means this guy, Van der Voort. I think that's who he means. He is a young goalkeeper. Don't necessarily need goalkeepers right now. I will shortlist him for now, though. I don't have any spare scouts, which is a slight shame and a bit frustrating, but I'll scout him at least because he was recommended. And then we have Popov. Yeah, it is Popov, so I'm going to also scout him. Now, I'm assuming it's this guy because he's quite young. And a centre-back is not a bad shout, so I'll scout him. Worst case scenario, we can maybe offer Grant Hall and see what they say, and then we'll have an idea of how much they expect Popov to be worth. Then this guy, the names, I think people just know that I'm not good with names. I think it's this guy, this young... Yeah, this is him. Okay, so Shatsavili. Okay, we're never saying that again because I'm never going to get that correct. Again, right mid, not a position I massively need rotation for now, but I'll add him to the list for now. And then we have Peter Musa. Again, this is not somebody that I know, and he's not actually coming up on this list. So let me just put in Musa and see if it's maybe that it was just spelt differently. He's not coming up. Okay, so him I can't find on that list, but that's okay. And then the last guy that he's recommended, I put the wrong thing, is this guy, centre-back. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with getting in centre-backs. He's only 18 as well. He's young, so he's 18, has good potential, which is really, really good. So again, somebody we can offer Grant Hall and see how much they potentially offer back if they take the bait on those. Only other thing we'll look at for the suggestions is Slavia Prague. Now my issue is I'm going to forget which leagues Slavia Prague are from, and I'm going to look like an idiot. Okay, so we'll look at Slavia Praha and see what is there. Now, they've got this young guy. He hasn't got any potential, so that's striker. In regards to midfielders, we're maybe looking at like a CDM, like a holding midfielder. This guy's 24 and has 6 months left. So if he's a decent enough rating, we could potentially sign him on a free. I know this guy's pretty good, but I know he's probably going to be quite expensive. But other than that, there's no one else really there. They do have a couple of right-backs, a 28-year-old. Again, we could do the free pre-contract sort of situation. We have no idea how good he's going to be, but we'll scout him anyway. Again, another youngster could end up being somebody we look to bring in because he's got that potential. And then there's goalkeepers, but again, we're not too fussed about goalkeepers because we have Kelly and our young Griffiths coming through. The only other thing I'm going to have a little look for is I'm specifically going to put in defenders, right backs, and I'm going to have a look at any right backs that are transfer listed, just see if there's anyone good on there. There's only the two, and we're not signing either of those. That is absolutely fine. Otherwise, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look at release clause right backs, and I'm going to set it from 18, and I'm going to look up to no older than 28, because realistically, we want someone who's got a little bit of age to them still, somebody who still offers just a little bit. But we'll see what the release clauses are, and we'll see if there's anyone that maybe jumps out at us that maybe we recognise, or anyone that could be good for. I mean, Trent would be great, but he's 88 million, which we can't afford. But, you know, just having a look through, seeing if any teams jump out, otherwise any players in particular that jump out. And if we get them on a good deal, then I've got no issue with that anyway. Even if they end up not being a long-term solution, it can be somebody that we look at short-term and then move on again. So I'm mainly looking for someone a bit quicker, and just in-game, they're going to be a little bit more meta for us. One thing I should mention as well, this is the first time people have seen a video without my green screen up. You can see why now I use a green screen, because this wall is absolutely ruined. Yeah, that's why that's been going on. So not going to have a green screen up for a little while. Probably fix that eventually, but I had to take it down because I was using it for something. Just a quick side note, just in case anyone cared. Okay, so I've scouted a bunch of right backs. I've also scouted the players that we were recommended. So I'm just going to show you guys very, very quickly, I've gone the wrong way, to show you the players that we are currently looking at and the players we are currently scouting. So the right backs I've scouted, we've got this guy Bayer, who I know can play centre back as well. I know he has potential. Maury, again, has potential. Gumney, I think I scouted by accident because I know that he's going to be really, really expensive. So I'm going to get rid of him because I know he's going to be stupidly expensive. Darnell Furlong is somebody we could bring back to QPR. A big, big fan of his. I'm a massive, massive fan. So now we've got him back, and now we're back in the Prem. Maybe we could look to bring him back in. For me, he was going to be a future captain at QPR. I was 100% sure that he would stay and do really well with us. He has got a release clause on him of, I think it's like 2 something, yeah, 2 million. So realistically, I think that's a real good possibility that we could look to bring him back in, and hopefully I think you guys would maybe agree with that if we did that, because obviously we got promoted. West Brom are looking like, I think, did West Brom come up? I can't remember. I'm actually going to have to double check that. I don't think they did. But again, I think that'd be a fantastic option. Emerson, who we know has got a good potential because obviously he's got a future star, has a release clause of 8 mil, but maybe we could look to bring him in for a little bit less. And then we've got this Carrera guy, no idea how good he is. With Carlos Isaac, same there. Balanova has good potential, has like a 5 mil release clause or something like that. These guys have both got like a release clause of like 1.5. So, you know, good potential is what they say, but we have no idea how good they'll be. This guy's got 3-star, 5-star, which is a real good vouch there. Then we've got this guy's a young right back, and this guy's a young centre back. We've got Badashali, is how I'm going to say that, for the centre-back option, as well as Liete. This guy's a good young centre-back, which could be a good option because he can also play left-back, so he might be a good shout to go for. We've got this guy who's quite expensive. He's about 7 million. I think Liete was about 8, and this guy's about 4. Yeah, there we go. So, again, these are ideas maybe. Popov could be somebody we inquire about. Godfrey, again, could be somebody we inquire about. And then we've got all the same players we had previously scouted as well. I'm thinking, realistically, I think a real good shout, somebody really good to go for, would actually be the Furlong move. I think it's somewhat realistic in the fact that, you know, coming back to QPR, yes, only after a season, but QPR then being promoted and can potentially afford to buy him back. I would love to see Furlong back at the club in real life, and I'd love to see him back in the career mode. So I think I'll make a move for Furlong. That's going to be something we probably are most likely to go for. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer up Grant Hall to a couple of these younger guys. So like this guy, see what they say about that, see what they say about Popov, maybe even try our arm on this guy because, you know, less than the £7 million price that he's currently going for, or Badashali, and just get another rotation centre-back in there. So we've got ourselves O'Connell, Deng, and then a third option with the Masterson potential still coming through. But I think that's a real good shout. The only other option will be then if someone like Scowen gets sold, then we look to bring in another CDM, and then we'll look at that option. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start looking and seeing if we can bring in Darnell Furlong. Sorry, that's going to be the first thing we do. I'm going to skip the release clause and see if we can include maybe Todd Kane. I think that will lower the price of him. I'm hoping, because I'm expecting Furlong to be just below 70 rated. I think he's going to be quite low rated. So what that will mean is that we end up using him as a rotation option to start off with. Todd Kane being worth 2.2. Actually, maybe we just want to buy him outright, because if we sell Kane for 2 mil, this, I don't know what to do here. Goalkeeper, fullback, or midfielder. So what if I offer a midfielder? How much is Scowen worth? Mate, I should probably just try and buy him outright, you know? Realistically, I should just be trying to buy him outright, because they're going to ask for more than 2 mil. Let's see if... Okay, let's see if we can get away with this on a good deal here, because if we can get away with this on a decent deal, maybe this is worth us doing it this way. Otherwise, the release clause is the way to go. They want 2.1. Okay, I'm not gonna go anywhere above... I'm not going to go anywhere near that. 1.5, I think, is a good move for us. Because, again, that's still less than the 2 mil. 1.6, that's better. That's close. Let's go with 1.55. See if they accept that. If they take that, then that's a real good offer for us. There we go. That's fantastic. Obviously, we don't know how much Furlong is on wage-wise. Realistically, he's not going to be on loads. Hopefully, he lets us know what he wants. I think I'm going to do this. I think this is a really good shout. It's a shame to see Cameron go. Obviously, in this, he's retiring at the end of the season anyway. He's not playing too consistently, but his rating is already going down because he's 35 years old. So I am going to go ahead and try and pick up Darnell Furlong. I think it's a really good shout for us. I think this is a really good move. And again, something I'd love to see IRL is Furlong come back. I think that would be a real good move for us. So I'm going to offer him a rotation role and see what he says to that. Because I think, okay, he will accept rotation. Okay, that's good. Because realistically, while we're getting him up to scratch with rating, that's probably what he's going to be. We're going to try and train his pace so he's a little bit quicker and get that rating up nice and quickly. 14 grand a week. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to counter. I'm going to remove... Actually, no, I'll keep the bonus. But I'm going to ask if he'll take 12. Because 12 grand is just a little bit better for me on the wage rise. 13.5, you know what? I'll take the 13.5. Let's just sign that up. Darnell Furlong is back in the blue and white of Queen's Park Rangers. Absolutely love to see that. Let's see what his rating is. He is currently sitting at a 70 rating. You know what? I will take that. 70 rating is fantastic. That's really good for us. I was expecting him to be 68 or so. 13.5 grand a week. 70 rated, can play centre-back or right-back. I'm chuffed with that. 5 years rotation, absolutely gas. Hey, Furlong, welcome back, man. You've been missed. Okay, so until we potentially sell either Zimmerman or Kane, I'm going to keep hold of, or Hall, all 3 of those guys. I'm going to keep what we've got right now and not look to bring in a centre-back, purely because Furlong can also play there. So we currently have 3 options at right-back, 4 options at centre-back, and 1.5 options at left-back. So what I'm going to do now is look to bring in a CDM. Obviously, we've just got rid of Cameron. Scowen is also most likely going to be going. So what I'm going to do is see, realistically, if we can offer Scowen for someone. See if we can get somebody in while letting Scowen go the other way. Now, Evans is not a bad shout. Evans is a good player. He's currently on 9.5 grand a week. Would apparently expect nearer 20. We're not going above 19 grand a week. Anyone who wants more than 19 grand a week is going to have to go somewhere else, because we will not be offering that. Now, this guy only had 6 months, I think, on his contract. So this could be somebody we look to try and get on a free. But I have no idea how good this guy is. Give me a second. I am going to cheat, and I am going to use Footwiz. Okay, so I've had a look at this Hromada guy, however that said, and I've had a look at Suke. Now, he is expensive. We knew that already. I knew he starts at like 78 or something. He starts at 80 and goes up to 85. So by this point, he's probably 81, 82 rated. Now, Hromada, again, probably butchering that, starts off at 69 and has a potential of 75. So it could be somebody we look to bring in rotation-wise, basically just completely replace what Cameron was doing for us. So I'm going to look to maybe bring him in, and I'm also going to look at the Sidibe. But we'll start off with Sidibe because he's 6'7". I'm going to offer Scowen and see if they accept that. That'll be a really good deal for us. Good way of getting Scowen off the books, because we'll see in real life he's gone. But a real good way of potentially bringing in a young beast. Like, look at the size of this man. 6'7" is outrageous. So we're going to go with a midfielder and offer Joshy Scowen. They don't want Scowen. That's not ideal. Centre-back, full-back or winger. Okay, what if we offered Zimmerman? Because he's potentially going to be going anyway. They don't want Zimmerman either. Oh, okay, they want Zimmerman. Okay, now I think I'm overpaying. I don't think he's worth 3 mil now. Oh dear. Okay, so he starts off at 68 rated. We're a season and a bit in. I reckon he's going to be at least 70. Although maybe I've overspent by giving them Zimmerman, I still think I complete this deal. I still think I get this done. So I am going to go with it. Zimmerman basically means we get him for free, which is good because we're keeping hold of our money. Plus, it takes one of our higher earning players off the wage books as long as he doesn't expect too much money, which is ideal for us. Hopefully, less than 15 would be ideal. Rotation is fantastic. I'll take rotation. Let's offer him a 5-year contract because we plan on staying in the Prem. He accepts that. That is great for us. No release clause. Again, fine with me. And he doesn't offer the money. Okay, so I'm going to offer 10 and 100. See what he says to that. I think that's a fairly good flat offer. He takes it. You know what? Again, I might have overspent there, but I'm happy getting him in on the books. I'm hoping to see a 70 again. What we see in... We see a 70 again. I'll take that. I will 100% take that. More than happy to see him come in on that. He's worth 2.4. So, to be fair, we offered a player who's worth about 3. That's not the end of the world. If I'd offered Kane, we probably would have just about been able to work something out a bit better. But you know what? I will take that. We get Sidibe on a perfect swap for Zimmerman. Brings in a new CDM. Brings in a right back. That is perfect for us. I'm really, really happy with that. Very, very happy with that indeed. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put these guys into the squad. So Furlong goes straight onto the bench, which is where he has gone. And actually, Dominic Ball is going to make his way off the team there. And we are going to bring in and put onto the bench Mr. Sidibe. Boys, I feel a little bit more confident. That team just feels a little bit stronger. Furlong will come in for Kane. Actually, let's compare their pace. 77 pace compared to what? 76? You know what? I'm going to just put him straight in. I'm putting Furlong straight into that team. I'm more than happy to see that happen right now. The only other thing I might try and do now, I might now go for the centre-back. I know we just said we potentially have enough options. Now we've lost Zimmerman, so we only have 2 right-back options, so I'd like to keep Furlong fit as a right-back option instead of potentially moving into the middle. Let's go try pick up a centre-back. Let's do it. Okay, the centre-back I'm going to look at is this guy. Again, I've done it to myself and gone with a player that I don't know how to pronounce, but Josko Gvardiol is how that's being said if we sign him for the rest of the series. So we're going to go in for him and see if they accept Grant Hall. Now, I know Grant Hall is a bit of a weird one to lose. Obviously, we've also lost Zimmerman. We've let him go. And we're potentially losing Todd Kane, Scowen. We're losing a lot of players. But if we can bring him in for Grant Hall, that is perfect for us in regards to the fact that Grant Hall is 29 years old, Worth 800 grand, and they don't want him. That's not ideal. Striker, fullback, or winger. That's what I just tried to say. Okay. We've only got 3 strikers. We have got wingers. Is this where we offer Gooch? Is this where we offer Gooch? Gooch, you know what? Gooch has had a good start to the season for us. I'd feel bad getting rid of Gooch. So I'm going to offer Kane. I'm going to offer Todd Kane, which they accept. So exactly like we've done with Zimmerman, they've accepted Kane straight off the bat. So it could be that we actually need to try and get another right back now that we've signed 1 right back, but we've sold 2. So let's try and get Gvardiol over the line, get him into the club. He'll be a good youngster that we can start bringing up through the ranks. Gives us 1 more rotation option at centre-back, and we can have him and Masterson training while O'Connell, Hall and Deng rotate, mainly O'Connell and Hall. And then we have 2 centre-backs going forward in the future that are perfect for us. Now, he wants sporadic, so that makes me think his rating is not going to be massive. I'm going to offer him 5 years. Hopefully he accepts 5 years because obviously that makes it easier for us. We have less contract talks to have to worry about in the future. He doesn't let us know what he wants wage-wise. So I'm going to offer 8 and offer 80 grand. Again, I feel like that's fairly fair. And they accept that, so that's perfect for us. We get 3 players in, 2 players out. I want at least a 66 here. We get a 67. You know what? I would take that. Again, he's higher rated than Masterson. And it gives us the option to keep Manning in the middle. If we keep training this guy up, we can play him at left back. It means that Manning can stay in CDM, which is where we want him. It's where he's playing so much better for us this season. So that's 3 big signings. Gvardiol in, Sidibe, and the return of Darnell Furlong. But that, guys, is actually going to be where we round this episode up. Like I said, not too much editing. A lot of me waffling. A few times where obviously I'm going to have to cut because X, Y, and Z and searching for things and checking player ratings and everything out. But other than that, that is where we're going to end today's episode. This is your final chance to let me know if there's any players you think we should sign in this transfer window. We still have 3 million and 30 grand wages left. One thing I'm not against is, again, like we did with Zimmerman, picking up 1 free contract. Now, it'll only be 1, and I don't want it to be someone massively high rated. I don't want us going and trying to pick up like De Gea or someone stupid. But if you guys know of any free agents, or not free agents, but people who are running out of contract in this January, so in the January of it, is it the 2021 season, I think? Yeah, the 2021 season, so the 2nd season, then let me know in the comment section down below, because this is your final chance to have your say in who we pick up for the rest of this season. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Of course, if you have, then please do smash that like button. Just lets me know that you're enjoying the content. Again, apologies for the slight delays in this series. Trying to get it out at least once a week and trying to be a bit more consistent with it. So I apologise that I haven't been that consistent. But if you haven't subscribed already, I'd really appreciate if you could hit that subscribe button. And make sure you turn on the notification bell to be told anytime that we upload a video or indeed go live with a live stream. But for now, guys, I want to say a massive thank you for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome. And I hope to see you soon. Look after yourselves.
Hursty games, and this how we do. Now it's time we team up. Check them online, you might catch them playing FIFA. Hey, yeah, you know we keep it live. Make sure to give a like and subscribe. Gaming channel, what's the best one? Keep it hella dope, hella fresh, huh? Yeah, Hursty games, tune in. Even told my grandmama, sister, and my best friend. You might want to check them if you want to be entertained. You already know the name. Check us out, Hursty games. Hey, whoop. Make sure to give a like and subscribe.